My name is Dr. Elizabeth Jones, and I am the director of Com 110, which is public speaking here at NC State. I'm also a teaching associate professor. I'm here in the communication department, and I teach classes in women's gender and sexuality studies. My role at the vMLK project is to help to create and disseminate activities, exercises, ways of engaging the project in a classroom situation. So the vMLK project, if you are an instructor that we're working with here at NC State, is used to help us launch into our advocacy unit. So by the time we get to vMLK, all of the students have spent time researching, writing, and delivering speeches. So there's a lot of practice with speech writing and speech delivery, and they have a good sense of things that make speeches good. And advocacy is where we pivot into them doing that with an issue, with a community, with something that's of concern to them, something they're interested in making a difference in, making an intervention on. And so the vMLK project serves as a springboard. It's a moment for us to look at an iteration of that from the civil rights movement that's historically situated in North Carolina, and then to use what we learn together from that project to feel more prepared to go into the advocacy assignment. So when we think about what distinguishes maybe advocacy from other persuasive speeches, then what we can think about is what are the terms of advocacy, right? What makes it what it is? And it is being in community and speaking alongside people or ideas, ideally both, that you care about, right? If you're advocating, you're generally speaking for an outcome. This is, as a moment in civil rights history that attaches to lots of other moments, with a person that we recognize, who attaches to lots of people who we might either meet or be reminded of. This project allows us to see how advocacy is, yes, one moment, but it's a moment that attaches to a series of other moments. And so this particular moment is part of a movement. It's part of a historical era that we recognize, which is continuing to play out today, which has echoes for today. And so that invites students to think about their advocacy speeches, that this is a moment for them to participate in the thing that they care about, or to speak alongside the community they are in partnership with, and know that it doesn't have to be everything, right? But that it does contribute overall to what's happening. It's just that opportunity to say, hey, I'm here and I want you all to know more about something that matters to me. There are lots of different ways that people could come into this project. And so if I was thinking about how somebody might integrate it into their own teaching, then part of what I'd wonder is, like, what brings you to this project? Is what brings you to this project the fact that this is one of the greatest recorded speakers that we know of? Is what brings you to this project that the technology is really innovative and interesting and a different way into thinking about history or rhetoric? Is what brings you to this project that you care in particular about North Carolina history, or how important and impactful North Carolina was in the civil rights movement? There are lots of ways in. So I'd start with anyone to say, what's your way in? What brings you here to want to use this? And then from there, leading with that, how can we use the assets to flesh this out even further and to make the thing that you came to do more enriched by the other things you get to do?
You students of North Carolina have captured this dynamic idea in a marvelous manner. You've taken the undying and passionate yearning for freedom, filtered it into your own soul, and fashioned it into a creative protest that is destined to be one of the glowing epics of our time.